Hi everybody, welcome back. In this video, I want to tell you how Investophilia can help you manage your savings and analyze the performance of your portfolio. But before I go into more details of the application, it's better we are at the same page when talking about investment. Let's say you start saving when you are young and you would like to have enough assets when you are old. By young, we mean an age between 20 to 40 years, and by old, we mean an age between 60 to 80 years. If we assume that each year you can save a constant amount, I show it by S, and you put this amount into your bank account, you will end up with a linear curve, which I call the neutral curve. Neutral curve corresponds to the case that you don't invest your money and only save it. With investment, you try to push up this curve. If you invest well, you will end up with a curve which is exponentially growing. You should not forget that with each investment comes risk, so you may end up with a curve which is lower than the neutral curve. In reality, you will have a combination of these two scenarios. Sometimes you perform well, sometimes you don't, but in the end, your plan should be to stay upwards. Now we go to more details. We put the origin at the starting point of your investments, and we want to know that after Y years of investment, how much your asset value is. In case of mere saving, it is S times Y. Y is your investment period in years, and S is your yearly savings. But what if your investments grow per year? Let's say with growth rate of G. We can have a formula for that. Your assets at year I is dependent on your assets at the previous year, I minus 1. And then you add to this previous year assets with your yearly investment or yearly saving. So it is S plus whatever you had. And then all this chunk will increase with the growth rate 1 plus G. And if we consider this formula for all the years, so we go from I equals 0 to I equals Y, we will have this formula. So it is the sum of all of these 1 plus growth rates and in power of I. And there is a solution for this formula. We can now consider a few scenarios as well. For the case of growth rate 0, your asset divided by your yearly investments is 10. And this is actually the formula. And if the growth rate is 5%, it is 13. So with 5% of growth rate, you could increase your asset value by 30%. Do you think that if the growth rate is twice, so it is 10%, will it be 60% twice? No, it will be 70%. It will be even more, and you can see it from the formula. From the formula, your asset at maturity is linearly proportional to your yearly investment, but it is not linearly proportional to the growth rate and not linearly proportional to the investment year. You see they are related, but they are not linearly proportional. And these are really important factors. So G, the growth rate, which you try to increase as much as you can, and Y is the investment period. You should wait as much as you can. And now we can see how the investment period can affect these numbers. With the case of mere saving, no growth rate, obviously, if we wait for 20 years, A divided by S is 20, and we see it becomes 35 with 5% and 63 with 10%. Now we have a sense of how important the growth rate and investment periods are. If it's convincing that it's better you invest your savings, you may ask in which can you invest? Of course, you can invest in stocks. You can buy the shares of the companies and industries that you think they will grow in the future. You can also buy properties. You can buy an apartment or a house. You can use your house. At the same time, it is your asset because you can sell it and get a value out of it. Similarly, your car is considered an asset, a costly one though. You can invest in other types of securities as well, such as commodities. All of these belong to your investment portfolio. You need to know how well this portfolio is performing. There are a plethora of applications which can provide this service for you, not for your whole portfolio, but only for the listed securities because their prices are easily available in the market. You can find the prices of any listed security by a quick search in the internet. Most of these applications offer the trading service as well. Your bank is an example. With the trading comes a brokerage fee. There are other fees as well, which you need to consider in the analysis of your portfolio. However, these applications do not take such expenses in your portfolio analysis. Although these hidden costs are important, they are usually overlooked. I want to shortly give an example about it. This is not a real case, it's just an example, but it gives you an idea how important these hidden costs can be. Assume that you buy a stock with the price of $1,000. Your bank charges you with $25 of brokerage fee, and then you keep this stock in your account, and after a while you sell it $1,100. Your bank charges you again $25 fee. Your bank calculates the profit, it is $100. It is 10% profit, and you see it in your application. The tax office asks you 30% tax on this 10% profit, which is $30. Still, you see in your bank account that you had 10% of profit equivalent to $100. Indeed, your profit is just $20, corresponding to 2% of effective profit. So, your real profit is 2%, and you see only 10% profit in the application. Apart from the problem of hidden costs with the trading apps, you still need to know how you perform on your whole portfolio, including your unlisted securities. Their prices are not listed, but you may have an estimate for them. And most probably, you have gone under debt to buy these assets. For example, you may have asked for mortgage to buy a house. Your performance is dependent on your debt because you lose money by paying the interest. Investophilia addresses all of these problems, so you can have the full overview on your portfolio. What you need to do then is to give all this information to the system. As you see from the Investophilia homepage, the application has 4 main tabs. You need to provide information to the first 3 tabs. The fourth tab is the analysis. After you provide the system with your portfolio information, you can regularly check your performance in the analysis tab. Before using the application, you can check each tab to see what information you can find. When you are not signed into the system, you will see some demo information. The demo information are there for you to have an idea how your portfolio can look like. For example, in the Securities tab, you see the list of all the securities. You can see all the listed securities, including the equities, mutual funds, and ETFs. And for these security types, Investophilia is able to take their prices from internet and do the analysis for you. You also have the option to give unlisted securities, for example, your properties. For the unlisted securities, you should also provide the prices. Once you provide their prices, Investophilia is able to do the analysis for you. Similar to the Securities tab, you see a list of your loans in the Loans tab. In the Transactions tab, you see the list of all your transactions. For example, you see the list of all your dividends and the sell and buy transactions. In the lower panel, you can also see these transactions in the form of a diagram. You see how much you have paid and how much you have received. also the dividends. In the Analysis tab, you see the analysis of your portfolio. Once you are done with giving the information in the first three tabs, then you can come to the Analysis tab and see your results. The Analysis tab has two sections. One is the analysis of your assets, and the other is an analysis of your loans. Here you see some general information, but you can drill down to each section. The analysis of the assets is the most important page. Here you can give a date from the beginning of your investments up to today, and you find a full list of your securities to choose from. You can choose one, a few, or just all of them. And then in each panel you see the results. For example, here you see how much you have spent in blue and how much you can expect to receive in green. Or you can see the full history of your portfolio. You see how much you have invested in orange and how much your asset value is. And you can extrapolate this diagram to find out what may happen to your portfolio in the future. There are a few more diagrams as well. For example, the profit or loss for each of your securities, or the diversity of your portfolio. Here I conclude this video and thank you for your attention. You may now search for the application by yourself and check out more analytical figures. I will explain all these figures in more detail one by one in the future videos. Don't hesitate to sign up to the system for free and start building your portfolio. Or just watch the next videos for a step-by-step tutorial of how you should enter your data into the system. I wish all the best with your saving plans and hope to see you in the next videos. Take care and bye.